Your tiredness is not a character flaw to overcome, but a human need to honor with gentle understanding. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about when you're running on empty and the gentle art of self-compassion. Enjoy. There's a particular kind of exhaustion that settles into your bones, the kind that makes every task feel mountainous and every interaction require more energy than you have to give. In these moments, when you're running on fumes and your reserves are depleted, the voice in your head often becomes your harshest critic. It whispers that you should be stronger, more resilient, more capable of pushing through. But what if the very thing you need most in these tired moments isn't more discipline, but more kindness? By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to extend the same compassion to yourself that you would offer a dear friend, especially when fatigue makes everything feel harder than it should. Tiredness has a way of stripping away our defenses, leaving us vulnerable to the inner critic that loves to point out our shortcomings. When you're exhausted, small mistakes feel enormous. Simple tasks become overwhelming. Your patience runs thin, and suddenly you're judging yourself for being human. This is when self-compassion becomes not just helpful, but essential. Self-compassion isn't about making excuses or lowering your standards. It's about recognizing that being tired is part of the human experience, not a personal failing. It's understanding that your worth isn't determined by your productivity level or your ability to maintain peak performance at all times. You are not a machine designed to run at full capacity indefinitely. Think about how you respond when a friend tells you they're exhausted and struggling. You don't lecture them about time management or tell them to just push harder. You offer understanding. You might suggest they rest, remind them that it's okay to slow down, or simply acknowledge that what they're going through is difficult. This natural compassion you extend to others is the same grace you deserve to give yourself. When fatigue clouds your thinking and makes everything feel more difficult, practice speaking to yourself as you would to someone you love. Instead of, "I should be able to handle this," try, "This is really hard right now, and it's okay that I'm struggling." Instead of, "I'm so lazy," try, "I'm tired, and my body is asking for rest." These small shifts in internal dialogue can transform your relationship with difficult moments. Tiredness often comes with a side of guilt, as if needing rest is somehow a moral failing. But consider this. Your body's signals for rest are as important as its signals for food or water. You wouldn't judge yourself for feeling hungry, so why judge yourself for feeling tired? Both are natural responses to depletion, and both deserve attention and care. Sometimes self-compassion means adjusting your expectations for the day. When you're running on empty, completing 3 important tasks might be more realistic than your usual 10. This isn't giving up, it's being wise. It's recognizing that sustainable progress often requires periods of slower movement, like a river that meanders through difficult terrain rather than forcing its way through solid rock. The practice of self-compassion when tired also involves honoring your limits without shame. Maybe today you need to say no to that extra commitment. Maybe you need to order takeout instead of cooking. Maybe you need to go to bed early instead of staying up to finish that project. These aren't signs of weakness. They're acts of self-preservation that allow you to show up more fully tomorrow. Remember that rest isn't earned through exhaustion. It's a basic human need. You don't have to justify your tiredness or prove that you've worked hard enough to deserve gentleness. Your inherent worth doesn't fluctuate based on your energy levels or your ability to meet every demand placed upon you. One of the most powerful aspects of self-compassion is its ability to break the cycle of exhaustion. When you're kind to yourself in tired moments, you create space for actual recovery rather than pushing through until you crash. You begin to see rest as productive, not lazy. You start to understand that taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Today, when you notice that familiar fatigue settling in, pause and ask yourself, what do I need right now? Maybe it's a few deep breaths, a glass of water, or permission to move more slowly. Maybe it's a reminder that you're doing the best you can with the energy you have. Whatever it is, offer it to yourself with the same tenderness you would show a tired child or a dear friend. Your tiredness doesn't make you less valuable, less capable, or less worthy of kindness. It makes you human. And being human, with all its limitations and needs, is not something to apologize for. It's something to honor with gentle compassion, especially when your energy is low and your spirit needs the soft comfort of your own understanding. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.